Good afternoon, students. Students, good afternoon. Are you hearing my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Uh, before going to today's class, before going to the today's concept, political history of ancient Egypt, and the political kingdoms which ruled ancient Egypt. And before going to this, we have to see the things which discussed in the last class. Okay, so can you give me 1 or 2 points what we discussed in the last class? What are the things we discussed in the last class?
Sir, Egypt civilization,
Uh,
Egypt kings,
mm,
Alexandria, or town about Alexandria,
mm,
Herodotus, Pliny are the contemporary of Egypt civilization.
mm,
Egyptology, study of Egypt civilization is called Egyptology.
mm.
Punta Island present in Red Sea, sir.
ఓకే
Punta.
అవన్నీ ఓకే. అంటే ఏ కాన్సెప్ట్లో మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం అంటే యాన్సెంట్ ఈజిప్ట్ గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. వాటిని కొన్ని పార్ట్లుగా మనం డివైడ్ చేసుకున్నాం అన్నమాట, కొన్ని సెక్షన్స్గా, రైట్? సో సోర్సెస్, జాగ్రఫికల్ లొకేషన్, పొలిటికల్, అదే వాటిలో ఎందులో భాగంగా మనం ఏ సెక్షన్లో భాగంగా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. Okay, so anyhow, I have to okay, right. Listen. I will recap the points what we discussed in the last class. Okay, so in the last class we discussed certain things like basically the source, by following certain source we can easily know the history of ancient Egypt, and those source which divide into the two, one is the literary and archaeological source. In the please mute your audios. Okay, so in the literary sources we divide those again into the contemporary writings and also the writings of Egyptologists, right? So in the contemporary writings like Herodotus, matters of Egypt, which is written by Herodotus, and Manethius Egyptica, and Pliny's natural history, which gives a lot of things regarding the ancient Egypt. And also later days, from 1837 onwards, the study of Egypt, which turned into a new subject like Egyptology, and many, due to contribution of many archaeologists and many historians, this subject which followed various research on this ancient Egypt basically. Okay, so where particularly Thomas Young, J.F. Champollion, J.J. Wilkinson, Samuel Beach, which developed this Egyptology and followed such a research on this and find various things, artifacts in the place of Egypt, where you find a country of Egypt now. Okay, so according to this Egyptologists who wrote a great work and compiled into certain great work in 1837, Manners and Customs of Ancient Egypt, which is a wonderful a text work which is compiled by these Egyptologists, which gives you a lot of things regarding the ancient Egypt. Okay, so and after that we also discussed about the important river which flowing in between the ancient Egypt is nothing but the Nile, and we also discussed about this Nile also. Okay, so where the Nile divides this whole Egyptian territory into the two parts, east and west, where the whole Egyptian territory is adjoining which different physical features. On the north western part, it is adjoined with a huge water body, is nothing but Mediterranean Sea. On the northeastern part, it is Red Sea, and on the total southern part, there is a great desert called as Sahara, Great African Desert, which is adjoining to the northwestern, western part. And on the southern part, it is adjoined with various countries, Zambia and Eritrea, like various present countries, which is totally a landlocked on southern part. Okay, so these are the various things we discussed in the last class about the ancient Egypt. And today we are going to see about these things, basically the political kingdoms which ruled ancient Egypt from the 3300 BC onwards. Okay, so whole you are well aware that the ruling class, which is better to call as the pharaoh, a class of pharaoh. A pharaoh is a ruler. Okay, so the pharaoh is nothing but a king. Okay, so king who ruled this ancient Egypt, and the pharaoh section became a ruling class in the ancient part of ancient Egyptian society. Okay, so where the whole Egyptian territories which divide into various nomes. Okay, and you also divide this Egyptian territory into upper and lower Egypt also. Okay, so within this upper and lower Egypt, you find nearly 32 nomes. Okay, so sorry, 42 nomes. Nome in the sense it's like a provinces. Okay, so nome is like a province. It means you find nearly 42 province in the in ancient Egypt. Okay, so and there is there was another important in charge of that nome, better to be called as the nomarch. Okay, so nomarch was in charge of the nomes, and these were under control of these nomes were under control of various in charges, and those were scattered in various places in the lower and upper Egypt. Okay, so before going to this political kingdoms, I have to share my screen and then I'll move to my lecture. Okay, so are you getting my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the whole Egyptian territory, the upper and lower and western and eastern, total were which divided into the various nomes. Okay. So and those basically in the form of villages, because villages. Yeah, it's due to poor network. It may be give certain disturbance in middle. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And the whole ancient Egyptian part, which is in the form of various villages. These villages grew in large numbers on both banks of the river Nile. Each village has inhabited by a particular tribe. Okay, so and each tribe was led by a chieftain who created a favorable conditions for his men to improve agriculture, and sometimes he led them in battles and conquered the neighboring tribes also. And thus, over a span of centuries, the small tribal kingdoms which merged from two large kingdoms around 4000 BC, that is the lower and upper Egypt. Okay, so it was around 3400 BC that these two kingdoms, which is lower and upper kingdoms, were unified by a strong king called the Menes. Okay, so Menes was the first pharaoh in the history of ancient Egypt, and probably he was the first to establish this dynastic rule over what we now call the Old Kingdom. Okay, so basically the ruling of pharaohs, which divide into the three categories according to their period, according to their ruling times. We roughly divide into the three periods. One is the age of pyramids, which is age of pyramids is better to call as the Old Kingdom, which is in between 3400 BC to 2700 BC, and the age of feudalism is nothing but the Middle Kingdom, which in between 2400 BC to 2000 BC, and the Imperial Age or the New Kingdom from 2000 BC to 1100 BC. Okay, so roughly it is a division which is categorized their period, the ruling of this pharaohs, too easily remember. Okay, so it is not exactly the period, but it's roughly categorized. Okay, so the Menes was the first pharaoh who ruled who unified the whole scattered territories of this ancient Egyptian nomes. Okay, so and here in the early dynastic period, the first dynastic pharaohs solidified their control over Lower Egypt by establishing a capital at Memphis. Okay, so Memphis was the first capital, which is from the Memphis, the Menes was ruled the whole Egyptian territory, and from which they could control the labor force and agriculture of the fertile delta region, as well as the critical trade routes to the various external routes. Okay, so and the increasing power and wealth of the pharaohs during this early dynastic period was reflected in their elaborate tombs and also mortuary cult structures. Is nothing but those the mortuary cult structures in the form of the pyramids. Okay, so the construction of pyramids, which is started from the old pyramidic old kingdom days onwards. Okay, so and during the old kingdom time, I will give you one or two names of these pharaohs. Okay, so where in the first age, the age of pyramids, construction of large pyramids by pharaohs has started. As a heads of the state, pharaohs made laws, levied taxes, and governed the land. And pharaohs acted as not only head of the state, but also chief priest and also divine representative of the god. Okay, so in the first phase of the pharaoh's rule, they acted as not only a ruler, but also as a representative of the god under the divine right theory. Okay, so and sometimes they also acted as a god. Okay, so as they worshipped as in the form of god by these people in ancient Egypt. And the age of pyramid, the old kingdom was ruled by 6 pharaohs from the Memphis as the capital. And among the 2 pharaohs, Khufu and Khafra. Khufu and Khafra were the 2 important pharaohs and who built a great pyramids. Okay, so which is the Khufu built biggest a great pyramid called as Giza around 2500 BC, which is Giza pyramid, which is a largest and highest pyramid, which is still alive near the capital city, Cairo. Okay, so and during this time, stunning advancement in the architecture, art, technology were made during the Old Kingdom, which is fueled by increased agricultural productivity, made possible by a well-developed central administration also. Okay, so where these norms, which are like a provinces, which is each province was were kept under a in charge, nothing but the nomarch. Okay, so yeah, about this administration we'll see in the administration later. First of all, we go with only the political kingdom. Okay, so the kings who ruled this ancient Egypt basically. Then we'll go with administration. Okay, so here with surplus resources, not only agriculture is a main occupation at the time, and in the hinterland of this Nile River, they due to a alluvial soil and abundance of water, they followed agriculture, and they also got a great productivity with various crops also. Okay, so like wheat, barley were the 2 important crops what they grown, and with the surplus resources made available by a productive and a stable economy, and the state was able to sponsor construction of colossal monuments and to commission exceptional works of art from the royal workshop. Okay, so the pyramids like the Doja pyramids, which is constructed by the Joshar, Khufu, and Khafra, and various other successors of these pharaohs also followed this construction of the pyramid. And along with the rising importance of central administration, rose a new class of educated scribes and officials who were granted estates by the pharaohs in payment of their services. And also, pharaohs also made land grants to their mortuary cults and local temples to ensure that these institutions would have the necessary resource to worship the pharaoh after their death. Okay, so after the death of these pharaohs, they were worshipped by the people. They worshipped like a god. Okay, so and these pyramids which turned into a temples. Okay, where the pyramids were a large monuments having the lots of things which are kept inside the pyramids, and these pyramids the people who treat as a temple like structures also. Okay, so when you see in the middle part of the kingdom, the middle ruling the age of feudalism, where the powers of pharaohs gradually declined and nobles gained the power. Okay, so in the middle kingdoms, where these pharaohs, they are spending lot of amount on the huge constructions, and they granted they largely granted land grants to the common people and scholars, so that gradually the economical crisis has taken. And these economical crisis given gradual decline of these powers of the pharaoh, and at the same time the noble class which gained the power gradually. Okay, so the powers of pharaohs gradually decline and the nobles gained the power, and each one of them ruled his provinces. Okay, it means what? The central administration is collapsed and the provincial administration has started. Okay, so where each noble became a head of the province, each nomarch which independently ruling, and each nome was under control of the nomarch, and he became a became the independent ruler at the nome. Okay, so each nome turned into a individual kingdom, and the whole nomes which turned into a small kingdoms, and the central power of pharaoh has declined, and nobles turned into a small kings, small rulers. Okay, so and unsettled political condition took place. It was around 2000 BC that a prince of Thebes reunited Egypt and restored law and order, and Thebes became the capital of Egypt. Okay, so in the middle kingdom, in the age of middle kingdom, in the age of feudalism, where due to land grants, the nobles became independent, and each province turned into a individual province and turned into a small kingdom, and these nomarch which is turned into a individual ruler, and they are challenging the central ruling of pharaoh, and gradually the ruling of pharaohs were declined, and again certain certain crisis has taken place. Okay, so during the times, a important prince called as later turned into a pharaoh. He was nothing but the prince of Thebes. Prince of Thebes, he reunited the whole Egyptian kingdom again, and he ruled. He reunited and we ruled from these Thebes. He ruled from Thebes. Thebes as a second capital of ancient Egypt. Okay, so and after that, after the prince of Thebes, again you find find the imperial age. Okay, so after that, okay, so you are watching Menes. He was the first pharaoh of ancient Egypt, and he was united the whole Egyptian territories first time, and reunited by again united at the stage of Middle Kingdom by the Prince of Thebes. Okay, so he was the first pharaoh of the Egyptian territories. Okay, so these are the important monumental structures, nothing but the pyramids which constructed by these pharaohs during the time of ancient Egypt. Okay, so and when you see in the Old Kingdom, there was a construction of these pyramids like the Giza pyramid, largest pyramid, and built number of tombs by various rulers, like the hollow chamber for burial and treasures buried with them and deadly traps within. Okay, so design changed to smooth sided over. Okay, so this pyramid, in the inside of the pyramids, you find number of divisions in the pyramid, like hollow chamber you find, treasury you find, deadly traps you find, and you also find various designed structures on the walls of inside the pyramids. Okay, and you also find these pyramids which turn into a temple like structures also. Okay, where the people were worshipping those pharaohs as a representative of the god. Okay, so and this is the structure of the pyramid, where still you find these things at present Egypt, various places of Egypt. Okay, so you are watching the structure of pyramid, and we'll see this, which is into a detailed manner in the architectural things for this Egyptian civilization. Okay, so this is the huge structure of pyramids you are watching, and and I will share another screen now. Okay, so this is Old Kingdom, where the old here the rise of Old Kingdoms. You can see the period before the Old Kingdom is called the early dynastic period. Even though Egypt had become one country under the first dynasty, it was under the rule of pharaohs Djoser, founder of the third dynasty. Okay, so in the Old Kingdom, you can divide those into the various kingdoms also. Okay, so and here you find certain under Pharaoh Joseph's rule, the land of Egypt was divided into the nomes. Each nome had a governor called as nomarch, and that reported to the Pharaoh. Egypt became wealthy enough to build the first Egyptian pyramid and the pyramid of Joseph. Okay, so and when see the fall of old kingdom, the central government began to weaken during the 6th century, and the governors nomarchs became very powerful and began to ignore the rule of pharaoh. At the same time, the country suffered from drought and famine, and eventually the central government collapsed and Egypt broke up into several independent states. Okay, so at that time, the the period after Old Kingdom is called as the first intermediate period. Okay, so the within the Middle Kingdom, you can divide into the first intermediate period, second and third. Okay, so and I will share you another Middle Kingdom information now. This is about Middle Kingdom, where during the first intermediate period, Egypt was divided and in political chaos, and the 10th dynasty ruled northern Egypt, while the 11th dynasty ruled the south around 2000 BC. A powerful leader named Menhotep II became the king of southern Egypt. He launched an attack on the north and eventually reunited the Egypt under his rule. Okay, so where the Prince of Thebes, which reunited again, Mentuhotep II, which became the second important ruler, who was a great ruler again, who sustained and also which ruled this ancient Egypt at a peaceful and maintained law and order. Okay, so where the city of Thebes under the rule of Mentuhotep II, the Thebes became the capital of Egypt. From that point forward, the city of Thebes would remain a major religious and political center throughout much of ancient Egyptian history. Okay, so Mentuhotep II, which built tomb and mortuary complex near the city of Thebes. Later, many pharaohs of the New Kingdom would also also be buried nearby the Valley of the Kings. Okay, so and when you see the peak of the Middle Kingdom reached its peak under the rule of 12th dynasty, and the pharaohs of the time built a powerful standing army that protected the country from outside invaders and maintained control of the government. And the greatest point of economic prosperity became during the reign of Pharaoh and Amenhotep III, which lasted for 45 years. Okay, so when you see art, we'll see this art and architecture in separate class. Okay, so where the fall of Middle Kingdom, it was during the 12th century, 12th dynasty, that the pharaoh's control of Egypt began to weaken. Eventually, a group of kings, northern Egypt, called the 14th dynasty, split from southern Egypt. As the country fell into disarray, the Middle Kingdom collapsed and the second intermediate period began. Okay, so in the second intermediate period is most famous for the rule of foreign invaders called the Hyksos. The Hyksos ruled northern Egypt from the capital city of Avaris until around 1550 BC. Okay, so after that we'll see Imperial Age, New Kingdom. In the New Kingdom, I will give you. You find the number of rulers in the New Kingdom. New Kingdom or Imperial Age, whatever it may be. And Ahmose was the important ruler who may be the initial ruler in this Imperial Age. And after him, Amenhotep I was another important ruler, and Thutmose I, another successor of Amenhotep I. And after Thutmose I, another important successor called as Queen Hatshepsut. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut was the first woman ruler in the world. Okay, so probably the first woman ruler in the world. She ruled in between 1501 to 1479 BC. Okay, so during his time, a Punt island in the Red Sea was came into, which is popularized at that time. Okay, so the Punt island in the Red Sea, better to be called as the Pearl Island, which is a intermediate land or trade center between the ancient Egypt with the other world civilizations at that time. Okay, so after Hatshepsut, Akhenaten and Ramses II were the important rulers in the this imperial age category. Okay, so where after Ramses, this dynastic rule was ended. Okay, so here before the new kingdom of Egypt was time called the second intermediate period. During this time, a foreign people called the Hyksos ruled northern Egypt around 1540 BC. A 10-year-old named Ahmose I became the king of Lower Egypt. Ahmose I became a great leader. He defeated the Hyksos and united all Egypt under one rule. This began the period of New Kingdom. Okay, so from the ruling of Ahmose I, this new kingdom has started. And when you see the Egyptian empire after the Ahmose I's effort, it was during the New Kingdom that Egyptian empire conquered the most lands. Pharaohs launched wide-ranging expeditions taking overlands to the south, where the Kush, Nubia also occupied, and the lands to the east, Israel, Lebanon, Syria also conquered and became the part and parcel of this ancient Egypt. And at the same time, Egypt expanded trade with many external nations and kings. They used gold mines in Nubia to gain great wealth and to import luxury goods from around the world. Okay, so and the pharaohs of the New Kingdom used their wealth to build massive temples to the gods. The city of Thebes continued to be the cultural center of the empire. The temple of Luxor was built at Thebes, and grand additions were made to the temple of Karnak. Okay, so and pharaohs also built monumental mortuary temples to honor themselves as a gods. These included Abu Simbel, built for Ramses II, and the temple of Hatshepsut. Okay, so these are important things you find during the new or imperial kingdom. Okay, so when you see the fall of New Kingdom, it was during the reign Ramses III that the powerful Egyptian empire began to weaken. Ramses III had to fight many battles, including an invasion by the sea peoples and tribesmen from the Libya. And these wars, combined with the severe drought and famine, used unrest throughout the Egypt. In the years after Ramses III died, internal corruption and certain disturbances has taken place in the central government and gradually declined. Okay, so these are the various things about this ruling of pharaohs who ruled the entire ancient Egypt. Okay, so this is about the political kingdom. And after the political kingdom, we'll see the society and the social structure in the next class. Okay, so this is end of my class today. And if you have any doubts or queries regarding this political kingdoms, now you are welcome to ask. Students, are you hearing?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? ఏమైనా డౌట్లు ఉన్నాయా? ప్రత్యూష, రాజు నాయక్, వనజ, రాజవర్ధన్, ప్రతిభ, సురేఖ, రాజేష్, ఇంద్రకుమార్. ఎనీ డౌట్?
రామసేస్ టెంపుల్ యొక్క ప్రత్యేకతలు ఉన్నాయి సార్.
చెప్పండి, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి అడగండి.
రామసేస్ టెంపుల్ ఉంది కదా సార్, దాని యొక్క ప్రత్యేకతలు ఏమి అడుగుతున్నా సార్.
ఏ టెంపుల్?
రామ్ టెంపుల్ సార్, సింబల్ లో ఉంది సార్. దాని యొక్క ప్రత్యేకత ఉన్నాయా సార్ దానికి? ఆ టెంపుల్
దాని గురించి మనం తర్వాత మాట్లాడుకుంటాం. ఓకే
ఓకే.
ఆర్ట్ అండ్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ లో మనం మాట్లాడుకునేటప్పుడు, అట్లనే రిలీజియన్, ఆర్ట్ అండ్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ లో మాట్లాడుకునేటప్పుడు వీటి గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకుందాం. ఓకే, సో పొలిటికల్ కండిషన్ కి సంబంధించి ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి.
ఏం లేదు సార్.
ఓకే, రైట్. సో మనకి 1 minute కంటే తక్కువ టైం ఉన్నది, ఎండ్ అయ్యే అవకాశం ఉన్నది కాబట్టి, సో థ్యాంక్ యూ స్టూడెంట్స్.